What if you have less than 1 minute to save your job? What would you do? Watch this video, and I'm going to tell you why I asked that question. It's something that happened with me years ago that could potentially cause a really damage in my job position. Let me tell you what happened, what I have done, and also what I'm suggesting you to do that get you in a better position if you have the same situation. Let's watch together. Years ago, I was in a meeting with the customers and my colleagues. That was a really important meeting because that was the time that we needed to decide for one specific project, the go or no go to production. So it was a really important meeting with a lot of important people in that meeting. From our side, I was there as a technical advisor. From the customer side, we had senior leadership, we had database professionals, we had managers. So about 20 people in that meeting to discuss the last steps that we had for that specific project and make the final decision if we could go or not for the production with the project that we work with. So let me tell you what happened. That, to be honest, I was asked 2 questions that I didn't see coming, totally out of the blue. So let me explain to you what happened now. In that meeting, that was the final meeting for the project. We needed to decide if the project could go or no go to production. And it was an important meeting with a lot of important people there, as I mentioned. And one of the customers, he was explaining one specific feature, SQL Server feature, that they would like to implement, and how they were thinking to implement that feature. His explanation was very good, and I was there just listening, as I mentioned, as a technical advisor. So if something happened in the meeting that could be a concern, I would say something. But if not, I would just be quiet, because just listening, because they have a lot of things to discuss. So, but after his explanation, 3 questions, they asked me 3 questions that I didn't see coming. That question was, what? I was thinking, what? And who asked the question was one of the senior leaders. And here, what happened. The first question was, hey, Alex, are you there? As you can imagine, even these days, sometimes we don't really know if everybody is really in the meeting. And I'm saying that because that was a lesson learned for me many years, actually not too many, as you can imagine, because it was a few years ago, in the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic, everybody was remotely and is still learning how to work remotely. A lot of people are still learning these days. And the reason I'm saying that is because my camera was off. So I was not on camera. My microphone was muted. So it's pretty easy to understand that they don't really know if I'm there or not. That was a mistake that I made, and a lesson learned. So these days I try to be on camera as much as possible, because it's really helped me to show to my customers, show to my colleagues that I'm really there. I'm not just I don't just join it and I'm not there. So, but the first question was that, hey, Alex, are you there? Then the second question, believe me, the second question is really more interesting. We can say it this way. He asked me, Alex, do you agree with what he said? And he said the name of the person. I immediately said, yes, I agree. Then the third question. The third question, that was a kind of, okay, that's a really good question. Someone may think the question was to challenge you, to challenge your technical expertise, or to just make sure that you really understood. Yeah, it's impossible to say because we can just make assumptions. But I can tell you, the questions, they are really good. If you think about, if you wear their shoes, the questions, they are really good. So the third question was, okay, can you repeat me what he said and explain me what is that about? I said, what? I was thinking actually, what? So that's the reason I started this video, tell you, what if you have less than 1 minute to save your job? Of course, that save your job is a little bit strong, right? That may not happen, but you can imagine if you are in a meeting with senior leaders, with decision makers, that has a potential to really damage your career. You must be there. You need to know, you must know what you're going to talk about. And the reason I said it less than 1 minute is because that meeting was a really important meeting, a lot of things to discuss. I could not answer in a way that, oh, sure, let me explain to you what he said and also what is that about. And then I have 15, 20 minutes explanation. That's not going to happen. They are going to cut me because we don't have time for that. So you need to know very well how to explain. First of all, actually, let me go back a little bit. You must be there. I was able to repeat almost exactly what his colleague said because I was paying attention. And then I know, actually, I knew before I joined the meeting that someone could ask me a question and I had less than 1 minute to explain because we don't have a lot of time in those kind of meetings to really be precisely and answer in a way that they will trust on you. That's the role of the trusted advisor. But that's the point. So my preparation, I did my homework. I did my preparation before that meeting. But I was not actually expecting the question in that way. I was expecting a question that, okay, so let's ask Alex to come here and to join us in this discussion. Hey, Alex, and something more natural. That was some kind of thing that, what? But it was really good. If you think, again, if you think about their perspective, the questions there are great, actually. So in less than 1 minute, I did everything that I'm telling you. I repeated what his colleague said, and also I explained it really well in less than 1 minute, what that feature is about. Important, what the feature is about, some benefits, and also a possible concerns that we could have. So the feature, the benefits, and the possible concerns, because they must know, or I need to make sure that they are aware of, because his colleagues didn't mention any kind of possible concerns. So I need to make sure that, yeah, everything that he said is great. I agree with everything as I said, but let me tell you quickly possible concerns. And then if they wanted to listen more, if they wanted to learn more, then I can expand my explanation. But only if they ask, because after my explanation, I ask them, hey, I explained it, the feature, as I said, the benefits, possible concerns, and then I asked them, are you good with this explanation, or I can tell you more if you want? He just said, oh, no, Alex, I'm good. I'm ready now to approve this feature implementation. That's it. So I can tell you that my camera was off all the time. Again, huge mistake. And also, after that, I'm going on camera as much as I can. My microphone is unmuted most of the time. Why? I cannot really tell you that, oh, I'm with my Microsoft muted because I have some noise here where I am, and you may hear the noise, and that's not good. Actually, this does not happen these days with, especially with Microsoft Teams, because we have the filters that you can apply. So all of the filters, the noise canceling, and actually the voice recognition, that's pretty good. But what may help you to explain something, some technical thing quickly? That's something that I'm gonna tell you right now. Preparation. Preparation time is the key for success, but it's pretty difficult, especially technical professionals. I'm included. It's not easy to explain something quickly and very well. And it's not easy even to explain something with a lot of time that we may have. But the preparation time is the key for success. And another difficulty that we may have is, you know, I know very well how this works. I just struggle to explain it. That's how artificial intelligence. That's why I created and I'm using it, the AI database podcast. That's helping me to explain, to learn different ways to explain technical technical subjects that I'm preparing to talk about. So if you check it out, the AI database podcast that I'm publishing with a lot of technical episodes, I think today is 12 or 13. Those are really good. So it's beyond technical details. It's how to explain. It's how to communicate a technical detail, something technical. You don't need to watch the episodes that I'm publishing on my YouTube channel. You can just learn the idea, the concept. Use one of your, you can use your favorite AI assistant, the one of them that give you this ability to create a discussion, an AI discussion, two different AI hosting and a kind of podcast, and then you listen the discussion. I can tell you that I have decades of experience. I'm still learning because learning is it's a daily thing that we need to do. So we need to keep learning, especially these days, right? Everything is changing so fast that's not easy to keep up with everything that we need. So we need to have this growth mindset, but only the growth mindset, only with all of the things that we have outside, all of the materials, it's hard because time is limited. So we can use an AI assistant to create a technical conversation. Then we can listen and learn how explain that specific topic. So all of the episodes that you see in my in my YouTube channel is something that I was working with. Then I have decided, you know what? I need to talk about this thing here. I know how to talk about it because I've been working with that for a long time. But let me try something different. Let me see how the AI assistants they are going to talk about it. And I try it once. I love it. That's the reason I said, what? That's fantastic. Sometimes I'm listening. I know what they're discussing, but the way they are discussing, say they is a little bit weird, right? Because they, yeah, the AI assistants, the way they are discussing, I said, what? That's really good. I never thought that way. We have analogies. They are comparing one specific feature with something that we can understand better. So we can go from something that we know to something that we don't know exactly how to explain. So that's the key for success that I would like to share with you today. Everything that I said, real story, really real story. Sometimes questions that may challenge you, sometimes questions that you don't have time to think. That could be, for example, in an interview that you're doing. You need to be really, really precisely in the interview. We have a lot of hiring people that they are publishing a lot of things in their websites. By the way, I'm going to share with you two or three links in the description of this video that explain exactly what I'm talking to you. So that's something that helped me a lot to elevate my game, and I hope help you as well. You can watch the YouTube videos that I'm publishing, or even, please, just understand the concept. Use AI in your favor. So you can see my chart here, right? Let me step back a little bit so you can see a little bit better. So what I do in my spare time, I think, I eat AI everything for everything. Of course, I'm exaggerating, but that's something that we need to use AI to help us, because the human factor will always be needed, but you need to do in a different way these days. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you next time. Take care.
Don't miss out. Smash that like button, subscribe, and explore our other videos in the playlists.